Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer, and this is the Road to the Record, where I work to achieve mastery of 10 games in a hunt for the best score of the Decathlon. If you'd like to see, remember to hit that like button. If you want to see more, hit subscribe. Let the games begin. This is Pro Cycling Manager 2018. It's the Pro Cyclist mode, episode 45. We enter my 5th season at 23 years of age, and possibly the best rider in the world. I actually took that title this last season, but not in all ways. I got my first Grand Tour victory at La Vuelta, the Vuelta a España, but I have not won the others. I haven't even competed at the Tour de France yet, so I still have a lot to truly claim that I am the best. Well, I've got 700 points to alter my schedule for the season, so I will be opening with that. We'll see. I'm going to reshape this schedule to not do too much damage to myself fatigue-wise, because I'm looking to compete at all 3 of the Grand Tours this season. But I do, in addition to competing for the World Championships, I do want to make sure that I get to all 3 of those Grand Tours, but not cause that problem. So I will have to balance this schedule out a little bit, but I still want to retain that title as number 1 in the Super Prestige this year. Most of those points will come through those 3 Grand Tours, but definitely not all. I need to get to 5,000 points in Super Prestige this season to have my first ever success in a game in the Gamey Decathlon side. So mastering a game for the first time. I had a really, really good season last season, despite just 1 Grand Tour win. But I've still got work to do this season. Now, do I want to retain this one? Well, it does have a mountain. The ocean race, definitely not. Good with all of these being out. For the most part, I think I'm going to end up sticking to a majority of World Tour races. Like, I might take out the Tour of Oman here. I've had some success with that, but that's going to help lighten that schedule a bit. Abu Dhabi, not my strong suit. Definitely not my strong suit. Take that one out of there. KBK. Ironically, I was actually just watching highlights of this race, which just took place about a week ago. This one's not aired in the US. But saw Bob Jungels hanging on for the win from the breakaway. Okay, Paris-Nice, definitely on the calendar. Date's locked for another race. Ooh. I think I'd rather have Paris-Nice. Through the 11th. Alright, now what would that do to my schedule? There's 1 extra race on here at the moment that I don't necessarily need to have, especially when it's only 4 days after the Santos Tour Down Under. Even though it's the kind of race that I can go and have some success at, I don't necessarily need to. Yeah, the thing about fatigue is it all comes down to training, really, and managing that. So you can race a lot of days. The Tour of Oman, maybe I want to bring that back as I have nothing in February. And I've enjoyed that race. Though maybe this one is better. Okay. How about that? Alright, well, there's our early schedule. Still plenty of points available to get our calendar the way we want it going forward. Closing of the transfer market. Just quick notes here. Biggest moves. I've had Avamont from Sunweb to Quickstep. Myself from EF Education First heading to BMC. That's my new team. Bob Youngles, just aforementioned guy who just won the KPK from Lotto NL Jumbo to Bahrain Merida. Viviani from Bahrain Merida to BMC, joining me there. Sergio Henao to Sunweb. Christoph to Quickstep. And preseason season objectives. From what I've noticed, fatigue is all about management, so I might as well go for very high, possibly. Well, let's see, what are the dates? We want Grand Tours and nothing but Grand Tours for this, so I want the Giro if it's in this section. No. Let me guess, it would have been here. It is. Okay, well, but it's right at the beginning, so we want something right at the end. Like the Tour of the Alps? Oh, yeah. That would probably be a good one. Or that. That's closer. What are the dates? Yeah, just a few days off. Okay, so I'm going to put this one in. Not that I actually care about it as an objective. It's the Giro that I want, and I want to be hitting a fitness peak near this time. No, not the... There we go, La Vuelta. That's going to be so difficult. Starting just a few weeks later. Maybe I need to go to the World Championships on this one. It's going to look like... Oh, that's not going to favor me. That's not going to favor me this year. Ouch. So yeah, let's stick with La Vuelta. Okay, well, we'll start on very high. And let's confirm that. Preseason. Accept. And then we'll get our training sorted out on the 2nd. It's already been confirmed, but okay. Teammate requests. And number 1 on that list, I'm definitely going to be spending some points on this one. Not too worried about the first, though. So, Barguil, certainly a strong climber. I have lots of points, so I could afford this. Lopez. And Hamilton, maybe. TJ. Marquis. Let's see, 76. 76 is also strong on time trials, which could be good for us. Guess we'll go with TJ. So here's a quick glance at the team as we're getting things off and rolling for the season. Trust me, we will jump to our first race here in just a moment. But I am the team leader, and I've got some definite quality here behind me, with me. Richie Porte. He's going to see himself as the guy for a lot of these stages. That's why I believe he was not among the choices there. But Richie Porte, Viviani, and Warren Barguil are here. Miguel Angel Lopez. So we've got 3 big stage racing guys, and I'm that top one on the team. And then Chris Hamilton, Dylan Toynes, Alessandro Di Marchi, TJ Van Garderen. I mean, it's surprised to see him so far down the list when he was a team leader not so many years ago. Kuno Aoun, 24-year-old rider. Hills, Sprints, and Northern Classics. I'm not so sure about that. Cobble's just a 71, but good sprinter. It's going to be tough for Viviani. Such a good sprinter, but not a team built for sprints, really. We are absolutely climbers, punchers, stage racing specialists. So I've gone to a team that should be there and ready to support me in the races. You can see right at the bottom, besides, wow, really? I shouldn't see him at any races. Not sure how he ended up on the team. But outside of a couple guys at the bottom, we are 71s and above for the entire team. Only a few sprinters on the team whatsoever. So, time trial guys. A couple classics guys, but for the most part, this is a team built for some pretty strong climbing. I mean, you can see even Chris Hamilton and Hucker are kind of the weakest guys in the climbs, outside of just a few. A lot of strong guys in the hills. Plenty of decent time trialists, so if we ever have a team time trial. Same with prologue. Not too much in way of cobbles, that's not our strong suit. Just the couple good sprinters. Decent punchy guys. And there you go. Any existing injuries? Fractured vertebrae. Ouch. Alright, well, the Santos Tour Down Under, just a week away. We're going to jump right into that. And actually, we're probably going to jump straight into stage number 3, where the action picks up. It is stage number 2, not 3. Stage 1 was pretty flat, standard sprint stage. Sorrow picked up the win for Groupama FDJ, and then 3 quick-step riders, Gaviria, Christoph, and Hodek, in second, third, fourth with Kittel and a lot of NL Jumbo teammate Halverson just behind him. For us, we had a one-man breakaway, which has been caught just here in the last few moments. And I am not set as team leader. I'm actually just a free element today, so co-leaders are Barguil and Lopez. So guys that apparently suit this one a little bit more. then myself, new member of the team. I started with a blank satisfaction of just 75%, and with 1 week's decay, it could be a little bit lower than that. I didn't see what it was before I joined, but it is kind of outside of that realm of team leader at the moment. So we have 8K to go here in stage number 2. It is not flat, but it is still a sprinter stage. This is the type of day that favors Peter Sagan over the other sprinters who could be a bit fatigued. Philippe Gilbert on the front right now. You can see just how fatigued I am and how fatigued a lot of my teammates are, and how there's not a whole lot of strong riders left. Peloton shrinking quickly here, 114 guys, and a lot of them just hanging on. Even Lopez himself just hanging on at this point. 4.4K to go, and I am now into maybe a group. Oh, what's going on? Why am I dropping backwards? Come on. 3K. Wasting energy. There's a breakaway group of 4 riders. Peloton just 37 here. A chance at a decent finish. Here come the sprinters. And there goes my sprint. 800 meters. I'm coming through. This is going to be up there in the standings, but there goes Barguil going for it, but he's definitely not going to get it. We got guys just hanging on at the front. Peter Sagan does get the win. Like I said, he was the favorite. This is the type of stage that suits him. Bonifacio second. Oliver Nassen, who was up there in the breakaway group in the KBK that I was talking about just a little bit ago. Barguil takes 6th ahead of his countrymate and behind countrymates of Galopin. He sandwiched the middle between him and Alaphilippe. I took 15th. Demar and Gaviria were up there, but not really challenging the sprint. So those guys kind of just didn't have enough left, which was what was expected. You can see we've got pretty split groups. There could be some time gaps. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see if that opens things up a little bit, or if most everyone's on the same time. That's definitely not enough for a time gap here at the front. And it looks like even behind us, it was still coming in bunches. Too close. Yeah, no time gap at the front. There is a time gap behind Van Garden's group, so 27th now and on back, all losing time there. So that does limit the field a bit. Peter Sagan now on top with Marc Serrault, Gaviria, Bonifacio, Christophe, Nassen, all with time bonuses. But then all of a sudden we're down to 26 riders that are in contention. And I'm the only one in the under 25s in that group of 26. So I'm actually going to be in the young riders jersey. Only worth 2 points here. Hill climbers for this one, but it's more of a sprint right up until the end. I am not amongst the favorites for this. But I should be in that final group, no problem. It's whether I can stay close enough and hang in there to not have some sort of time loss from the top handful of riders, 5 or 10 guys. Like Alaphilippe with an 83, 85 on those hills. Good acceleration. Alaphilippe has 5 years into this game really perfected the art of what we really see from him in real life at this point, as he is just about the best puncher in the world already. Here in game, he's even better.
Hello to one and all. The profile of the route is a fairly mixed bag, so everybody should find a section to their pleasing. Riding in such heat is not easy.
See if my roles
Many
changed at
riders must
all.
have only one thing on their mind: getting this over
Co-leader
with.
now. Okay, so Lopez lost some time. I did not, so Bargy and I are now co-leaders for the rest of this race. Plus, I have that under 25s jersey in hand with a minute to the good. It's a little strange to see myself in the BMC colors, but I still haven't really seen myself in the BMC colors, as I have the national champion jersey, and I have both of those to my name. Now, today, I get the Young Rider jersey, just with the BMC sponsorship on the back of it. That'll take a little bit of time getting used to. But with that, we're all set, and it's going to be a very straightforward stage until those final kilometers, unless something crazy happens. So I'll go ahead and jump forward to the end of the stage. 6K left to go here in stage number 3. We are coming up on the finish. Breakaway group has been caught and absorbed. 111 riders left to compete for it. I have no support left. I might be co-leader, but they only gave me control of one guy, and that was Paige, and he was the first one from the team that was dropped. But we have 3.5 kilometers to go. I'm going to start eking my way towards the front of this thing, and we're going to be pushing here in just a moment. The uphill starts right around this corner.
The riders are going through a very tough portion with
There's Alaphilippe, Menkes, Matthews, Lutsenko, Reichenbach. 1K left to go.
Now the guys up front.
Working my way up a little bit.
The riders in the rear, as more of them are left in the wake.
Sprint with whatever I've got left. I'm right here looking at a top 5. Second place, maybe? Ooh, nice. This is not my strong suit, so taking second place behind the dominant Alaphilippe, who we were just talking about, just how dominant he is for a stage like this. He wins it easily, and I was the only one who was on him. Barguil takes 7th. I'm going to pick up a little bit of a time bonus here, and it's going to move me up those standings quite a bit. We had 22 riders off the front, but it very well could be a same time type finish for a majority of the field, as I'm not sure there was time gaps big enough. There could be over 100 riders on same time, other than a 10-second bonus for Alaphilippe, 6-second bonus for myself, and Menkes picking up a few of his own.
And here are the race highlights that we've selected for you.
I came through a lot of riders to get up there to second place. Just kept it steady, didn't overdo it. Yes, I ran out of juice at the end too, but the other guys ran out a lot sooner. So that 94 on mild attack, just see how many guys I flew past right at the end to take second. Even though I'm not the strongest hills guy, and that was very much a hill. Okay, times same. Oh, only to 27th. Okay, that is going to open things up a bit further yet again. That cuts it down to a group of 19 now. Barguil and I still there. Sagan, Alaphilippe, and Serrault. Serrault, really? Hill's just a 70, but he ended up in the group, hanging on. So Sprinter's still there. Surprised he didn't get dropped, but we've still got 3 guys on top now. 2 of us left here. Gaviria didn't make it, and so I'm into top 5. And almost 2 minutes ahead now in the under 25s. It's weird that I'm still in that category this year. Picked up 20 points there for the exceptional job in the youth standing, second on the stage. Most of those points came from being second on the stage. Manager satisfaction now coming up, which will be good as the season goes on. It's nice that I now have 6 major jerseys on my wall of achievements. The big thing is taking first in the Super Prestige last year. 5,000 is my target for this year. I really wasn't that far off last year. I might have taken first, but I did not get to the level of dominance we need. And hey, I've got 2 Grand Tours in particular to go out and win. Not much going on for this stage, so I'll be cruising right to the end. We'll get just the finish. Coming right down to the end, 4.8k to go. Peloton is yo-yoing a lot on its size and structure. We're at 81 at the moment. There's still a breakaway group of 3 riders, 28 seconds ahead. Peterson, Kresnicki, and Thomas de Gent. And we are coming up on that finish line here. And they are still out in front. In fact, now there are 6 riders out in front. And the winner is going to come from there. Peterson, Arnaud Demar, the sprinter, came up, takes second. Sarro 4th, Gaviria 5th. Sagan 8th.
The race is run, but the poor souls bringing up the rear continue to cross the line. It's a bit of a knock for the morale.
I finished 21st on the stage. Shouldn't affect the standings. Everybody else should still be in contention. So we'll jump right into the next stage. Coming up towards the end of this event, 34k to go. This is the Queen stage. It's Wollonga Hill. If you've ever watched the Santos Tour Down Under, this is the one that's for all the marbles. We're going to hit the hill twice. First time coming up here in just a little bit. Category 3 climb. It's not the steepest, but for early season, for January, it certainly does some damage. Now, I'm looking okay today with a race day condition of +1. I've got a +2 to my resistance. I've got a +1 to my hills. +1 to my downhill, which I guess matters a little bit on this one. We've got Miguel Angel Lopez in a small breakaway group of 5. For a minute there, I thought they were actually going to hang on to it. But now their lead has dropped from 3 minutes down to just 1. And we had only pulled back 30 seconds over the longest period of time here. But now, as we've really upped the pace here, we've pulled that back another minute and a half in just the last handful of kilometers. This is the hill here. And you can see how, yet again, we are strongly favoring Julian Alaphilippe on this one as kind of the go-to guy. Here comes an attack. Maybe not, Mezgec. Those guys fighting it out. Small lead now, just 30 seconds between us and them. Hausler off the back.
The pace is really hot, so for the moment, we shouldn't see too many attacks.
Lopez, 2nd over the climb. I'm going to be 3rd over the climb. It's worth a couple points. 5th place in the mountain climbers. Lopez has been caught. Ooh, I was 4th over the top. Okay. There was one more guy further ahead. In fact, he's 2 minutes to the good now over the peloton. But those 2 guys are riding solo.
Only 15 kilometers left.
Gap coming back on those 2, so we've went from a minute. Well, we've pulled back 30 seconds. The gap between the 2 has stayed the same. It's a good little distance between. I think Pedersen, no, Matias Brandl and Guillermo Martin is the leader. Those are two good riders. If anybody's going to hang on, it could be one of them. But we do continue to pull back some time. We've pulled back about 20 seconds on them now in all as we come up with 10K to go. And now Nielsen Paulus for Lotto NL Jumbo really starts to push the tempo, but only temporary. .98 riders. The group is shrinking. We've caught Brandl down to just Martin. He's got almost a minute on us. 7K. Coming up on the 5K banner. The left-hand turn just after that. And then we will go to the finish line from there. Alverson shouldn't be a threat today. Agnes Kort Nielsen could be. Christoph won't be a threat today. 5K to go. I'm not going to attack immediately, but I want to stay near the front. It's a little bit longer climb. We have almost 4K to go. Comes the first acceleration by Lutsenko. And Bardet. Alaphilippe. Okay, here they go. So now we're going to start to push it. Not go too hard here because it'll go away too fast. Energy gel. Martin's been caught, so he will not be the winner today. 2K left to go. Lutsenko, Galopin. 91. Reichenbach. Coming up on the top. Can I get it? Can I get it? No. Oh, that's not the top. That's not the top. Ah! That wasn't the top. Here comes Reichenbach coming back on me. Will he overtake me? He will not. He will not. Nice. I went to the Category 3 climb earlier thinking that was the top, the finish line, and it was not. I used up the last little bit of energy to get ahead of Reichenbach there, going for what I thought was the finish line. But I ended up having enough to keep Reichenbach at bay. We pulled away from them on the climb itself. It flattened off at the top, and I had just enough to stay ahead of Reichenbach as he came back on me towards the finish. Trying to sprint it out. Bardet takes third. Menkes, Galopin, Lutsenko, Hermans, Alaphilippe 8th, Barguil 9th, and Rudy Millard in 10th. Peter Sagan, the first of sprinters, the unusual sprinter that he is, in 12th. There will be time gaps, and that should put me into the overall race lead with a single stage to go, and it looks like I could win the first race of the season. Let's take a look at the results and see if that is in fact the gap, or the case, as there should be a little gap to here, and there's definitely going to be a gap to here, and then there should be another gap to there. And yes, 10-second gap here. 35 to those guys, 47 to them, minute 6. That should open it right up. 22-second lead over Bardet, Menkes in third on same time, and then Galopin, Lutsenko, and Hermans. Alaphilippe there now in 7th, Barguil into the top 10 in 8th place. And Peter Sagan, great job by him to be in 10th, 53 seconds off the pace. And there you go. It looks like I very well could win this thing. Just 4 points out of the sprint jersey, but I'm not going to get that off the back of Peter Sagan. Second in the mountain climbers, Martin picking up those bonus points along the way and winning the previous climb, the Category 3, first time up along the hill. And now I'm up to a 4-minute gap on the under 25s. That one's definitely in the bag. And we are third in the team competition. 30 points, nearly at level 21 now, and manager satisfaction coming up. And if I hang on to win this thing, we might just lock that one up as well, get that close to 100%. One stage left to go. 83 kilometers, absolutely for the sprinters. I'm not going anywhere. We'll pick up the last few K of this one. At 83K, though, it should be pretty intense on the pace throughout. And actually, based on time, let's go ahead and stick it out. We'll finish the stage, and we'll also finish the episode off with this one, just so we can get a full episode out of it and not have any reason to move forward on the calendar. So let's go ahead and watch the intense finish. These short sprint stages tend to always be high tempo. Breakaway never gets much of a leash at all.
Expect a fast pace from the peloton. Riding in such heat is not easy. Many riders must have only one thing on their mind: getting this over with.
All right, +1 on the race day condition. I'm wearing the orange jersey. Under 122 riders in the field. Race day condition, with that +1, I get +2 to the resistance, which will matter here. +1 to the sprint. And we're going to ride quickly here, as the action will pick up here shortly. 2 riders now trying to get away. Nielsen Palace among them. Sepp Van Mark. Van Aert. Sutherland.
The breakaway is not to everybody's liking. The peloton has significantly increased its speed.
A lot of guys trying to get away. Like I said, it's going to be difficult. No breakaway formed yet. 3 riders now. Van Nielsen. Oliveira. 20 seconds off the front. 18 seconds. And we're reeling them back in. See, even out at 75, I'm losing the wheels. So let's try an 80. Make sure I don't get dropped here. Got Paige protecting me to help me out. 10 seconds. 6 riders off the front. And they're caught again. Just 68 kilometers left to go. Speed it up again here. No breakaway formed that time. They weren't even allowed to get off the front at all. Here comes the next rider trying to make a go at it. It's Canola. Van Bilsen trying again. Again, a big group, but they're not able to get off the front at all, as there's still contact. One rider is reeled back in. And the peloton is whole. Sunweb's sending a guy off the front now.
Hausler is off.
We're already under 60K.
The little promenade is over. The group has been overhauled. It's an attack.
Still no breakaway able to form. 55 kilometers left to go.
It's going to be difficult to break away now.
I need to send somebody for water. Do it now. It's going to be really difficult later. It's going to be difficult already with the pace. The fact that we're nearly halfway through the stage and there's still no breakaway able to form. Here comes another rider trying to come off the front. He's got his head down. I can't see who it is. Terpstra. Nicky Terpstra going for it now. And peloton going slow. They're allowing these guys to get off the front all of a sudden. Pace, nobody's really given ample chase to it. If anybody's going to give pursuit, it needs to be us, as I'm the race leader. So I'm going to get Paige here on the front. Barkey taking over the protective duties. Why don't I go ahead and establish that. Paige, get up there. Hucker, when you get back here with the water, which, yeah, look how much he's struggling. only made it past a couple riders so far.
Doesn't help that we're
inner city.
Some team managers mustn't appreciate the fact that there is a breakaway,
Skinny road.
that the pack has increased its
Tight
speed.
pack. Now he finally finds a gap. And just about there. Page is set at an 83 and not able to do anything. Hucker,
The pack is slowly whittling away the lead.
go join him. And an 83 is not doing anything, so let's try an 87 for these two guys.
Too many attacks.
They and Team Sky are in it. Sky apparently want to work for their sprinter. Not sure who that is today. But breakaway group, 5 riders, and they're getting reeled back in slowly but surely. Mid-40s on the time gap.
2/3 of the race behind us.
And already down to just 28K left to go in this one. Finally, my guys get on the front to start reeling this thing back in. And we're still at 40 seconds, so we're not even closing them down at all right now. But with 22K to go, 43 seconds is easy if you maintain it.
He's going to take them on by himself.
Down to 30 seconds here. And we have a new group trying to get off the front and either join them or set up their own breakaway group. 16K is all that's left. It's Nikki Terpstra leading the attack again this time. And Raguchi for Bahrain Marita. And I just fell back the order quite a bit. And there's a break in the group. There's a break in the group.
It's not a good moment to be going through a bad
Slow down, slow down. There's a split here. It looks like we're about to remake contact. 40 seconds off the back, just 8K to go.
The finish line is getting close. The riders just
49 seconds to go. 49 seconds, the gap, I mean. 4.9 kilometers to go. Three kilometers. They are right there. They are right there. It's coming back together at the moment. Oh, I'm getting caught up in traffic here. Caught up in traffic. Definitely not contesting the sprint. Hopefully the time gaps are covered. Otherwise we're going to have a problem. Gaviria wins the stage. Meanwhile, Peter Sagan is second. Sarro is third. Bauhaus, Christoph, Kittel, Demar, Bonifacio, Lisa, and Galopin. Top 9 are all sprinters. But are there gaps in the field? Do I lose time? Do I lose the race because of one little gap opening up and us being unable to close it? We'll find out here in just a moment. No sign of a time gap. No sign of a time gap. I don't see a time gap. Okay, no time gap. Whew. Alright. Relieved to have the win on this one. Very relieved. 58 points, and I leveled up. Yes. I will take it. Manager satisfaction also pleasingly up to 100% already to start the season. And I've got a pretty good point value here on this one this time. We'll see where to put it, though. Resistance, absolutely, I will want a point there. Hills is good. So at the moment, I like the Baradur level up. Even having the flat is kind of nice. A couple points in cobbles. That's handy. At the moment, I very much prefer this one. Stage races, we're talking about recovery going +1 instead of flat +1. And only +1 on cobbles. Downhill picks up a +2 though, so that actually could be better. Yes, it could. recovery, and what was the other one? Downhill. Yes, okay, stage races. That's the one to take it at the moment. Climber. Just me, or the only difference is 2 to the resistance. So Climber now has it. Downhill or Prologue picking up 1. Definitely not Sprinter. Okay, so it's either Climber or Time Trial. Time Trial, I get 2 on the Prologue. Certainly could be worth some time. Or I take the Downhill. Let's take the Climber. I'll take that Downhill. Prologue is never much time gained or lost, even though going to a 75 would certainly be good. But I'll take the Climber. Evolution of Potential, how are we looking on that? Acceleration goes +3. Really? I'm not even picking up any points there. Losing 1 on the sprint, not a big deal. Or Cobble, not a big deal. Time Trial and Prologue come down a little bit. I wonder if I went Time Trial here. Flat, Time Trial, and Prologue all look a little bit better. Come on, Prologue or Downhill? Oh, I don't know which one I want more right now. Prologue's further ahead. If I switch this up, they kind of level off. So, Climber it is. Alright. I'm going to move forward a day, and I want to see what happens with... Am I still in 80? I am still in 80. So, kind of less important things all went up by about a point there. So we stay in 80 for now. Early standings. I'm already on top of the World Tour after winning the first race of the year. And that puts me on top of the Super Prestige, already picking up 342 points right off the bat. So an excellent start to the season. I'll continue that on later in the week here as we have another episode upcoming. But that's going to do it for this episode. I'm Decathlon Gamer, and remember, I'm aiming for the best of the best. So if you're ready to join me on my journey, hit subscribe and tune in next time on my Road to the Record. Bye for now.